I am your host, Tedward, and today we are going to be going through the Season 2 blog that Call of Duty posted earlier today. As you can see on the left side of the stream, or the screen, not the stream, it is actually the stream. There is chat. If some people come in here and want to talk about it, we're going to. If y'all want to be a part of the conversation, any conversations that we have later, you can join me live on Twitch at Tedward TV. We'll put the link down in the description below. But let's just go ahead and dive right into this. There's a lot to talk about tonight, and I have a lot of opinions. No one is really surprised by this. I'm not going to lie. So it's going to be Forge Your Path in Season 2 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It is launching on February 15th. This got delayed originally from February 1st. Hopefully it's going to be worth the wait. I'm really hoping it is. We've needed this update for a while at this point. They are adding a lot of things here. You can see the road map of everything that's talked about down in the description below. Starting off with Warzone, the Resurgence map is returning with Ashika Island. Apparently, there's another way you can say this, that you're supposed to say this. That's the Japanese way. It's like Ashika Island. Apparently, sometimes in Japanese or in Japanese in general, you're not supposed to say SH, it's just Ashika Island. I'm not sure. I've heard a lot of people say Ashika, so I'm calling it Ashika for this podcast. If I get corrected, correct me down in the comments below. So they are bringing in Ashika Island, a lot of things come with that. Let's see, the new contract, public events, DMZ expanded. If you want to learn about DMZ, this is probably not the place you want to be. I'm honestly going to skip over that part when I'm going through all of this because, yeah, I don't really care about DMZ. I'm sorry, DMZ fans. But there's a lot of stuff with that just I don't really care about. But again, it is a Japanese theme map called Ashika Island. It is bringing Resurgence, available for all squads, solos, duos, trios, and quads within regular playlist updates throughout the season. I'm worried about the wording here. So are we not getting all four at the beginning? Like, are we just going to get like solos and quads or duos and trios, and then they're just going to change it throughout? Like they kind of did with Warzone to start with. That worrying kind of worries me. I'm hoping it's just going to be all four squad sizes from beginning to end. They're not going to be updating it. We'll see. That's kind of how a lot of this is going to go. With a lot of the wording that's going on in this blog, a lot of it's just kind of, we'll see how this is going to look. But it works like Resurgence did whenever it was in Warzone 1. As long as one of your teammates are alive, then you will come back and you can do things to bring that countdown down. I'm assuming solos is probably going to work the same way that it did as well. Well, whenever you come back, a countdown is going to be started, and then the longer you stay alive after you hit the ground, then the timer will run, and as long as that timer runs out before you die again, you will come back. It's still a BR, so it works the same way a BR does. Once everything ends, everyone's dead. Whoever's the last one alive wins. New feature, Restore Honor, launch Resurgence. On Ashika Island, it takes an incredible courage to return from where you came. Or where you once fell in battle. Courage that worthy some valuable rewards. Every operator on Ashika Island will drop a dog tag once per match, Resurgence, or Battle Royale. So I'm wondering if that means that we're going to see some like normal Battle Royale non-Resurgence on Ashika Island. Interesting wording. Whether they can be picked up by either a squad mate or themselves after redeploying. Doing so grants a small amount of cash, as well as a single UAP that marks both enemy threats and nearby supplies. Whether it is found, I am so sorry, I am butchering this reading. Whether it is finding out who downed a squad mate or getting a head start on rebuilding a loadout, choose to Restore Honor as a solid strategy for continued survival. So let's talk about this. I am very, very worried that this mechanic right here is taking out the old Rebirth mechanic of whenever you down someone and then finish them, of it giving a ping of everyone around them, like, or all their teammates around them. And if you have to pick up the dog tag and it only does it one time per match. I like that they're adding it where the option for the teammates to do it. But if it only happens one time per match, so if you kill them and you no longer get that UAV, that was one of the core mechanics of Resurgence that allowed you to know where everyone was, know where you're going to get pushed from. It was one of the perks of running a throwing knife. That way you can get that down immediately. So if you know you're getting pushed, you can pre-aim it or get ready for the next fight. Like, it's such an important part of Resurgence. And if they're removing that, we're back on the train of why are we changing things just for the sake of change. Now, if this is just something that they're adding on top of it, bravo. Bravo Infinity Ward, bravo Activision, bravo whoever is in charge of making all these mechanics. If this is something we're just adding on top of that, mwah, bravo, I'm so proud of you for doing this. But if this is something they are taking away that ability and replacing it with this, it is going to be an absolutely horrible change. We're not going to know that until the map drops, so we should know all of that soon. Search Procedure is just a new contract that is in the game. Basically, you can go and reclaim a stolen vehicle, and then you'll get something for it, money, XP, all that good stuff. New public event, data heist. They're going to be replacing what on Rebirth was like the ping towers. Apparently, during the second circle, 3 uplink stations will come alive, and you can go there and get critical intel. You can get in-match rewards. Things like that. Oh, so they are bringing back towers, as in like the redeploy balloons. Wow, my brain just went completely blank. The redeployed balloons that were in Caldera and then were later added to Resurgence maps. Now, they're going to work a little bit differently. One of the major things that's going to be different about these is whenever they get destroyed, you can't buy them back. They will eventually come back and spawn back in, but you cannot buy them back. So if you just walk up to it, the great thing about them in like a Rebirth, if they were destroyed, $500, bam, it's back and you can rotate again. Apparently, that's not how they're going to work now. Now it's going to work where they will respawn in, and they will also move. So as the circle closes, some of these, they're called drones, will move to different locations around the map, and there will slowly be less of them as the map goes on until we get to the end of the game. I'm assuming in big map, it's probably going to be sometime around Circle 4. Resurgence probably going to be around Circle 3. Well, they just won't exist on the map anymore, and they're just going to disappear as it goes through. AI. Let's talk about AI for a second. They're adding a new combatant called Rusher. That is a new AI that has super speed and shoots with a pistol and equipped with the sword that is being added later in the game. We're going to go over weapons here in a few minutes. But one of the weapons that is being added is a sword, and this AI will be equipped with that sword. Why are we adding AI? Why are we adding AI into this game? No one wants it. Literally, almost everyone universally agrees that AI is stupid in this game, and we do not know why they have added it into the game. And instead of taking the community feedback, they're listening to a lot of community feedback here, I'm not going to lie. But this is one of the things that we have almost universally agreed on does not need to be in the game. And instead, they're doubling down on it and making them stronger. Like, they are adding a melee AI that will quickly attack you, has faster speed than you, and I'm assuming is probably going to be able to one-hit you. It would not be surprised. If not, it will guaranteed at least two-hit you. I don't know why I don't know why we're doing this. But that's what the combatant is, the new thing that they're adding. It makes literally zero sense to me. Apparently, there's going to be some other secrets for operators to uncover. I know there's going to be some underground stuff. We talked about that kind of in the last pod when I talked about the maps and all that stuff. But, yeah. DMZ, we're skipping DMZ because I do not care about it. I'm sorry if you do, but DMZ is just not really interesting to me. There's a new point of interest on El Mazrah. It looks like a plane has crashed on El Mazrah. You can go there, and there's some redacted stuff they're talking about it that you can figure out why you're in that area. If you like the normal BR mode, have fun doing that. I probably will not. Now let's talk about Modern Warfare 2. The best thing that is coming in Modern Warfare 2 is ranked play. There's a couple other game modes. And then there's 2 core maps and 2 battle maps. The issue with this is they're not actually adding anything. Season 2 is what I'm actually calling the beginning of the game. Season 2, like what is coming with Season 2, with Modern Warfare 2 and everything we've already talked about with Modern Warfare, or sorry, I'm gonna restate this because I want this to be clear. Everything that is coming with Season 2 should have been here with the beginning of the game. I am considering Season 2, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot of other people, creators especially, who are considering Season 2 the beginning of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. Almost everything that they are including in this update should have been here from the beginning of the game. Resurgence map should have been here. A lot of the mechanics that they're adding that were talked about 2 weeks ago should have already been in the game. 1v1 Gulag. We should not have ever had the 2v2 Gulag. As soon as they debuted it, before the game even released, everyone said, go back to the 1v1 Gulag. They didn't listen. Just an example. Some of the maps that are being released with Modern Warfare 2. One of them should have been in the game from the beginning and was in the beta, and then they removed it because of some copyright issue that they were having, and now they're adding it back as it is additional content that they are adding, and it is definitely not additional content. It is something that should have been just added into the game. The other map that they are adding is Dome, a map that is already in the game in the BR map. It's not new content. They're literally just drawing a line around it and calling it done. It's just... And then things like half a dozen modes. Infected. We've played this before. That I will probably consider new content because it was not in Modern Warfare 2019. I don't think if it was, correct me. I didn't play that much multiplayer. I played a lot of BR then. Gun game, I know that was. That's not a new game mode. Grind, that's not a new game mode. That was also in Modern Warfare 2019. One in the Chamber, it's an old game mode. It's a fun game mode. But it's not new. All or Nothing, same thing. The return of Hardcore. Hardcore's coming back. A game mode that should have been here from the beginning. It's just... I don't understand. Welcome to the beginning of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, Season 2. Ranked play. Ranked play should have been here from the drop. It's not hard. We know that you were letting some of the players play it before the game even released. At least get a quick rule set together and release a ranked play so we can play it for Season 1. Like, all these things should have been here from the beginning of the game. Anyway, I will continue. That is probably going to be the largest rant that I have. But like, I'm glad they're fixing everything now. Like, I'm really glad they're fixing everything now. But it should not have taken, what are we? The game came out the last week of October, November, December, January, and we're halfway through February, 3.5 months. It should not have taken them literally a quarter of the year to finally release the full game. Here we are. Ranked mode is feature pack standalone competitive multiplayer using the CDL approved rules. How many of these rules they'll actually use, I don't know. So if you don't know, I will explain it to you real quick. I'm a fan of the CDL. I watch CDL a lot. There are in-game rules that are assigned in-game, like that ban you from being able to use certain weapons, certain attachments, things like that. Like you can't use riot shields, shotguns, marksmen, things like that. But then there are also GAs that are agreed upon by all the CDL players that are not actually rules in the game. So, like what we've been playing with the CDL Mosh Pit, the M4 was GA'd in the CDL, which means the players all agreed that they're not going to use it. But it was not a CDL rule, so it was available to use in game. Same thing with pistols. It was a GA that you could not use dual wield pistols or akimbo pistols while playing the CDL. But it wasn't a CDL rule. And so you could still use it in game. That's one of the ones I'm really hoping they remove. If they don't remove the ability to use akimbo pistols, it's just going to be broken, because you're going to have to use them, because there are a lot of them that will one shot or two shot and have faster time to kills than a lot of the SMGs and ARs do. And so you will have to use them if they're not made a rule where you can't use them. So I'm really, really hoping that they make it where you cannot use them in the ranked playlist. So to add restricted maps, hopefully they're gonna add the museum map, just if we're gonna have another map to play. We have a lot of pretty decent maps right now. We really just need one or two more maps for all modes just to have another selection. I'm hoping the museum map seemed like it was pretty good, especially for hardpoint and for S&D. I never played controlling because I don't think control was even in the game at that point. But we need another control map too. So I'm hoping that map will be a all three modes map. But the CDL ranked mode will have 7 skill divisions that you can work your way up all the way up to top 225, in which your name will appear for everyone to see on the top 25. It's a ranked play that hopefully they do a good job on. I think was Treyarch? Yeah, Treyarch was the ones that were working on this, so that gives me a little bit of hope. The ranked mode in Call of Duty Cold War was good, and they were the ones who worked on that. Vanguard was not. It was really disappointing, but the Cold War was. I hate how much I hated Cold War when it first started, because by the time it was about halfway through its life cycle, it was actually really good. They literally only had 8 months to work on it, and the fact that it came out about 8 to 10 months after they had started working on it, and then about 6 months later they actually had a really good product. It's just so sad with how bad it launched, and that's kind of what I'm worried about with this game, is how bad this game launched. Can they save it? The 4 new maps for multiplayer at launch, of course, I've kind of already hit on this, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Dome is a map that they are adding, a multiplayer map that they are adding, but it's already in the game, so this is not really new content. Same thing with Zeta Observatory. It's already in the game. Don't really understand why they're calling it new content. They're basically just cutting it out of the map. Same thing with Almika International. Museum, again. They even say it here. It appeared in the beta, but then they didn't add it. I don't know why. Let's go through the game modes. Infected multiplayer is getting a half dozen modes that veterans of Call of Duty Infectors know well as some of the greatest hits over the past 2 decades, plus the return of hardcore. Infected this mode has been known as infectious fun, and infected operators must avoid the chosen infected players at all costs. Survive enemy eliminations and join the infected until none of them, or until 5 minutes of the time period has passed. It's fun. It's basically free for all, but you're basically just not wanting to be killed by the people who are infected. If you played old COD, or especially the mode that I loved, it came from, I think it was a COD 2 or COD 3. It was a fantastic game mode in there. Not COD 2 or COD 3. What the freaking heck am I talking about? Halo 2 or Halo 3. It actually, I think, originally came from there, and it was a fantastic game mode. Love Infected. Gun game. You get a kill with a gun. You continue process to the next gun until you've gone through all the levels. That's a good one. Grind is basically kill confirm, but instead of confirming it when you pick it up, you have to take it to a bank. It's very fun to use. Hardcore. Everyone who's played Call of Duty knows what hardcore is. It basically is just they decrease your. You basically have no HUD, and then they decrease your health. Almost anything one shots you to the head, and everything will 2-shot you. Is basically what this is. Drop zone is another one that comes from. You're just Wait, so let me arrive at a hard point, drop zone, send a care package into the occupied drop zone area every 15 seconds. Perfect for those wanting to ramp up their kill streak elimination numbers who just love pure chaos. Yeah, this is... I'm not going to enjoy this because I hate kill streaks, but there will be the people who absolutely just love chaos. Like this game mode, like this map right here, this is Shoot House. This game mode on Shoot House will be fantastic. If you love chaos, if you love shipment style of chaos, this will be everything for you. Nothing with only throwing knives and a pistol with no ammo. You can rack up 20 eliminations with the special free-for-all game mode. You get you have no ammo. You get a kill with the knife. You get, I think, 1 bullet. And if you shoot them and kill them, you get another bullet. Or is that one in the chamber? I get one in the chamber and nothing confused. I know one in the chamber, you get one if you kill them. You get the gun back. If you don't, you have to melee them. I know that's one in the chamber. But I get all or nothing and one in the chamber confused ever so slightly. But they basically play very, very similar. Raid episode 2. I don't really care about Raid. I apologize if that's something that you care about. I'm not into the story game modes. I love watching them. I just don't like playing them. But they are absolutely fun as well. The Battle Pass coming with some new gun. You'll see the normals. Yeah, same diaper. I guess it's just... I mean, I'll probably play one in the chamber. Like, I'm sure a lot of these game modes are going to be fun for, like, custom nights with the boys. Or the girls, or with the squad, or whatever you want to call it. Like, they're going to be fantastic for playing custom games. I'm just not a huge fan of playing those in public games. We get the Hemlock Assault Rifle. It's coming with the Battle Pass. We get a broadside semi-automatic shotgun. It's also coming with the Battle Pass. I'm worried about this. A lot of times shotguns are overpowered whenever they release them. So this could become a meta on Warzone / Resurgence. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Dual Kodachis are making their way back into this game. I have a love-hate relationship with melee weapons. I don't like them. I don't like them being used against me, but one of my favorite creators, Mr. Lucci, absolutely loves them. He's fantastic with them. And so I love watching him make content with melee weapons, but I hate being killed by them and I hate using them. So that's kind of why they're just a love-hate relationship for me. I know he's going to be happy that these things are back. The same with this shotgun. He absolutely loves shotguns. If this thing's broken and these are broken, he's going to have the time of his life this season. So I'm very happy for him. And then, of course, we have the crossbow back. Crossbows are weird. The crossbows are very, very fun. Because you have to be good with them. Now, can they be annoying? Yes. Because there was about a 2-week period at the end of Warzone 1 where they were meta. And when I'm saying I got into a lobby one time and half the lobby was running crossbows. And it's literally just people shooting explosive bullets around the entire thing. It's just crazy. Because all they had to do was stick you in the foot and you were dead. But the good thing about it, it does actually take some skill. So I'm going to enjoy doing this, especially when I'm playing some keyboard and mouse. I love playing keyboard and mouse with the crossbows. It's coming at the mid-season, and so we will have to see kind of what happens with that. And I think the knife is coming. No, it's coming at launch. So the only thing coming at mid-season is the crossbow. We're also getting some personal watercraft, some jet skis, a new operator, a new skin, level 500 prestige. I got to level 250 in like a week and a half, and so I'm ready to get to level 500 in probably a week and a half as well. And then the patch notes will be available on February 15th, the morning of February 15th, so we will probably release a short video for that. And then they also talk about somewhere, I probably scrolled past it because I scrolled past it too fast a while ago, but they are coming out there. Does combat leaderboards. They have said that combat leaderboards will be coming with Season 2. Let's hope they're working. They have not worked at all. Again, another reason why I'm saying that welcome to Season 2, the actual beginning of Modern Warfare 2. The past 3.5 months have been absolutely, utterly useless and have basically been a beta. So welcome to the actual beginning of the game. We're hoping that it saves the game because if this fails, this is going to be a long year. So, but a lot of positive things, some negative things that make no sense, that I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know why we can't get things right the first time, but here we are. We're going through the COD cycle. Welcome to it. We've been going through it for the past 3, 4, 5 years at this point. I didn't start playing COD hardcore until about 4 years ago. So I've been through the cycle 3.5 times myself. 4.5 times myself. Yeah, 4.5 times myself. So we're used to it at this point. It's the COD cycle. But thank y'all so much for watching or listening. Make sure that you either subscribe to us here on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, drop us a 5-star review on Spotify and go subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is YouTube. It's in Minute Metas on YouTube. So thank y'all so much for watching. We will catch y'all later. Peace.